Okay, so let's talk about the crews and equipment a little bit more. So I have the crews, I renamed them back to regular crew names, and I'm going to add a piece of equipment. This is the only place that you can add equipment, and I'm going to add a D6 dozer. Okay, I'm not going to assign it to a crew just yet. I want to talk about this here in a second. You'll also see that I have the ability to add notes, photos, and attachments to the equipment as well. And I'm going to add a note here. All right, now that I've created it, I'll just press save. And you're going to see that it went into the unassigned folder here. All right, so if I'd like to, of course, I can assign it to Carl's crew. Maybe it's always going to be with Carl's crew. I could do it that way. But there's a lot of times people will create equipment where they're going to add a crew like this. And they might put the dozer in the heavy equipment folder. So now let's take Nate's patio. We're going to put it on the calendar. Let's add a scheduler's note. And then press save. So again, if I press expand all, I can see what I need. Okay, I need 2 guys. I'm going to take Seth. I'm going to take Carl. And I need the D6 dozer. So I'm using crews in a couple of different ways here. So of course I have the crew names here for the crew folders, but now I have a crew called heavy equipment. So now what I'm doing is kind of blending the concept of painting things by a certain color. So this is heavy equipment. This came from the dozers, but then I also have actual crew names up here. Hope that makes sense. So now that's all set up, I'm going to send them out an event note, and I'm going to shoot them a text. And like before, if I want to send my customer a note in here, I certainly can. And to reinforce what we've talked about already, let's say that I'm going to send them there Friday and Saturday. All I have to do is click on this and I can duplicate them and say, okay, you're going to go there on Friday and you're going to go there on Saturday. Press save. It duplicated them over, and maybe Carl's not going to go, and I'm going to take him off the job, and you can edit these. Again, this is stuff that we've already talked about, but I'm also going to show you one other thing while we're here. Let me just delete these. Let's say that I had all these people on the job all week. Of course, you can go like this and put them there like this. And let's say that I'm going to send them there next week as well. Okay, let's just say I'm going to send the same group of people there next week as well. I'm going to skip the weekend. I can press duplicate. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, go there on Monday. I'm just going to press the one day and press save. And what happens is it duplicates this entire event for the length of time that this event was. So let's go over there. Okay, you see here it says Monday through Thursday that they're all there. Think about duplicating the entire event for its entire duration. Let me show you where some people get mixed up with this. Let's go back to this day here. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to duplicate it. So the mistake that people make was to say, okay, I want them there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then they press save. Now let's go over to next week and see what we did. You'll notice that I have these 3 giant events. This isn't exactly what I wanted. So let me do this again. Let's delete this. And show you that again. So if I had just a 1-day event, okay, so it's just 1 day. If I duplicate this, I'm duplicating the whole event in the size of the event. So in this case, because it's a 1-day event, if I want them there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, then I press save. Let's go over to next week, take a look. You'll see that the 1-day event was duplicated from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Had that been a 3-day event, you'd have had the scenario that I just showed you earlier. Hope that makes sense, because a lot of people kind of get hung up on that at first, but once you figure that out, you're good to go.